Alright, before continuing on to the Nightmare Frontier, might as well uphold a promise. If you remember, some parts ago, we had found this lovely platforming challenge with a door to open that we haven't found a way in. So after a couple of trials, I just reached, so let's start by opening it, shall we? Especially because this is a staple that we repeated in Elden Ring, there's a bit of a mindfuck going on. We reached the location where we are in the dream. Yeah, it's the abandoned old workshop, as the location suggested, but the planimetry is...
With a purple sky and whatever the hell that is.
It's the moon, Shiro. It's huge and red. After we defeated the wronged vacuum spider, the moon has become this huge. There's a bit more to talk about that, but I'll tell when it's more clear. But the strange thing is that the planimetry is identical to the one of the hunter's dream. And here on this tomb we find an old hunter bone, which is a tool. I will read it more later. Here on the altar...
This place looking a little less cozy right now.
Yeah. On the altar we find another third of an umbilical cord. This is still important, so don't worry. And there's also the doll, which if we inspect, it's just an abandoned doll without any life. It really begs the question, you know, what's happening inside the hunter's dream to be based around this location. But all answers in due time.
I would like to drop the pieces of the umbilical cord immediately and not think about any of this.
We will have to think about it another time. Don't worry, Shiro, it will take a bit. Let's check instead the old hunter bone. The bone of an old hunter whose name is lost. It is said that he was an apprentice to old German and a practitioner of the art of quickening. No, not the Highlander one. A technique particular to the first hunters. It is most appropriate that hunters carriers of the torch who are sustained by the dream will tease an old art from his remains. I don't remember what it's actually used for, but it's still relatively important. Anyway, that's just here for a bit of mindfuckery, but I will tell more about when it becomes poignant near the end of the game. Because, just to tell you in advance, outside of the optional dungeon, we're like already 2/3 into the game. We're not that far off from the ending, technically. Like I said, compared to the other Dark Souls games, this is the game where it has the more straightforward path forward, but the highest amount of optional areas. It's actually, you know, useful for speedruns if someone wants to just, you know, beeline towards the finish line.
And the place is normal again.
Yeah, because I teleported to the dream. Again, it's more of a case that the dream seems to be based on a real-life counterpart, but it begs the question of why, you know. Anyway, let's proceed through the Nightmare Frontier, like in the previous part. One thing that you haven't seen, that unfortunately happened to me while I was fucking around off-stream, is that this is an ideal spot for invasions, so there might be a chance I actually can get invaded while we're here. And unfortunately, there's also the bell ringing lady, which means we will, until we defeat her, there will be some endlessly respawning enemies. So fun times ahead. Anyway, while we're going on, Dweebs, are there any news?
Well, I pre-ordered the upcoming Virtual Boy pack for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Why?
Oh.
Why not?
Because you're basically feeding a corporation in doing bad things by giving them money, Dweebs.
No, listen, your poor eyeballs, Dweebs. Your poor eyeballs.
Guys, we all do that every day, whether you know it or not.
Even more of a reason to be conscious about it. Like, appeal to triviality is a thing.
I mean, for what it's worth, I hope you end up enjoying it, I suppose.
The big question will be, I guess, what games you will be using to torture yourself.
Well, there's that Mario Tennis game.
Yeah, there's that. Well, dare I ask if you want to try that Wario Land game we commented it on?
Perhaps. There's also. I don't know if it will get released, but what about that Waterworld
No,
game?
it won't because it's a licensed title. They did showcase the titles that they're releasing, and it was including that. You can play Jack Rosebow if you want. Atlus has the honorable. Fuck, it got stuck. I can't believe it. Oh, there you
This
go.
is the honourable fuck.
Sorry. Atlus has the honorable mention of being one of the very few third-party titles, party companies to release an exclusive game for the Virtual Boy that so far had not been re-released on any other system before this. So, sure, it's not really integral for the bigger lore of Shin Megami Tensei, but oh, hello. But it's still kind of hilarious. It's also a bit unconventional because it's not an RPG nor a dungeon crawler like normally what Atlus will do, but more of like a puzzle game of sorts. You control one of the three Jack brothers, literal Jack brothers, and you run through. Yeah, they're still technically dungeons, but they are structured in a way similar to something like, say, how can I describe it? They are on kind of rails a bit, with some branching paths. And you need to basically arrive at the end before the timer runs out, because the entire premise is that the Jack brothers are late to get back into the demon realm after Halloween night, so they need to get there. It's a interesting title, but being Atlus, it's okay, not hard as balls difficult, but it still has a bit of challenge into it. It also has the caveat of, you know, all the other Virtual Boy titles of looking like your eyeballs are actually bleeding, so the only way to give it a decent look in a black and white fashion would be with an emulator, but that's not your option. Unless Nintendo has mentioned if you can customize the color of the emulation, but I don't think so. Let it seriously. Let's see.
I'm just wondering also how the hell since apparently you have to play it through that
Yeah, that contraption.
through the peripheral. I am planning on doing like a let's look at of the thing. What would I use to record it though? My iPhone?
That's not really how it works. Honestly, Dweebs, when it comes to Virtual Boy, Virtual Boy titles, just leave that to me and Jova for emulation purposes.
Suppose you'll have to do with me describing it.
I mean, you can give us your feedback, you know, if you played those titles yourself, obviously. Back here. Ow. Apparently, some enemies in this area are taking the Killer Croc approach from Batman the Animated Series and throwing big rocks at me. It's not very nice.
Aside from that, though, I haven't really done a whole lot. Like, I watched some more, quote, new Captain Scarlet.
Neo Captain Scarlet.
Yeah, the one with the really dated human CGI.
Mm-hmm. Again, I'm sure the UK learned a valuable lesson into not rebooting its series using shoddy CGI. Oh fuck, one killed it.
Okay, well that's the thing. They didn't do exactly the same with Thunderbirds.
I was more referencing...
Just over 10 years later.
I was more referencing Thomas the Tank Engine and Bob the Builder.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, for Thunderbirds, you did the blend of it. Yeah, it had CG character models, but the sets of that were still real.
Why did they give Bob teeth? I don't
Like, that's
understand.
so wrong.
I don't understand. Like, are there any? Oh fuck! Are there any not, test audience that tell them, the little thing called the Uncanny Valley? Because that's an actual thing, and I'm pretty sure someone should have noticed that at some point.
I don't know, like, I don't know why specifically, but I really don't like, because, like, I like seeing different, style takes on shows and movies and such that were originally animated, but I don't like when they swap out puppetry or stop motion for other styles. I feel like, no, just don't try to adapt that, just leave it as is.
Again, it's. On one hand, it might be understandable because it requires a lot of stop motion, requires a lot of work. It's time consuming. But you can tell that it's one of those art forms that really express how passionate someone is for that kind of work.
Yeah.
Like the moment Armand, no, I'm pretty sure it has already happened. But the moment Major Armand properties like Wallace and Gromits actually go full CGI, that's gonna be basically the end times.
Yeah, I'm gonna hate that with every fiber of my being.
That reminds me, Dweebs, and to an extent also Yushira, you've seen Curse of the Were-Rabbit since we were talking about Saw episodes.
I have, yes.
Okay.
I have, but when it came out, so it's been a
It's
good
been
while.
a long while. So, do you remember? Maybe not because of the time, how much time it was. But do you remember the development cycle that DreamWorks subjected Armand to that movie?
No.
Wasn't it also a big problem for Chicken Run?
No, it was actually flushed away. I don't remember much what happened with Chicken Run, but the big two were flushed away, and especially Curse of a Were-Rabbit, where basically our beloved Jeffrey Katzenberg was asking two things. One, to replace Wallace VA with an American actor because the audience might not have known, if there wasn't a big name on the poster. And Armand politely told him to fuck off and compromise by hiring Helena Bonham Carter and Ralph Fiennes for extra characters. The other thing, which unfortunately DreamWorks had to actually won, was well, partially, because DreamWorks wanted for the movie to be more wacky in terms of humor, similar to how the Shrek movies were, because, those were the profitable ones for
Get that British
DreamWorks.
humor out of here.
Yeah, and the thing that instead DreamWorks managed to snatch out of Armand, for the American release specifically, they had to re-record every single line of dialogue that includes the word marrow, changing into melon, because apparently they were afraid American audience would not understand what a marrow is.
What?
I know, right? Never mind the fact
But
that
a melon is not, like, huh?
no, a
They're
melon is
really
not a
the
marrow.
same thing.
Not at all.
They're not even similar. What?
Ow.
Okay.
Again, it's so bizarre, and I can tell it has some level of precedent, kinda sorta, because in more recent times, Linkara did review a comic based on a British property, Marvel Man, and the Golden Age stories for that series had one such episode taking place during what else? A marrow growing competition, which, for those who don't know, the audience, it's a very popular type of countryside competition that the British love to have. Who can grow the biggest vegetable? Passing the time and showcasing your craft. But Lewis himself, did note that he had no idea what a marrow was until that point. I guess it really is like.
I mean, that's fair.
My point is, the thing that is bizarre to me is like, aren't there any documentaries or teaching in schools that do help children for that in younger age? Because again, I had to stress out, similar to cases up with localization from a foreign language like Japanese. If you keep perpetrating the idea that your audience doesn't know a term. You will have that continue happening instead of actually being fixed for the situation.
Yeah, that does happen.
Aye. Oh goody, more poison swamps. We will worry about that later. But other than that, no, I remember enjoying the movie, but I too actually had to rewatch it at some point because it has been a while. I still also had to watch the new one that came out recently, Vengeance Most Foul, which came out on Netflix. Let's see, I think it's here. Oh, there you go. This way to witness a miracle. Look, guys, shining coins. They might be lead me to a treasure.
I don't know.
Why do I get the feeling that's a trap? Is a miracle's a relative term?
Oh no!
Oh god.
There's your bloody miracle.
Patches, why? Why do you have to do this every time?
You can't fix him!
Oh, that did not look like a human though. I guess Patches is a beast under his control. And he kicked me right into the middle of a poison. God damn it. Well, at least there is some antidote. Oh, and of course, because it's a poison swamp, it also slows down my movement.
This is a toxic relationship.
Well, I mean, almost literally considering where I am right now. And also, there are these fucking squid-like beasts that I cannot even identify where does it start and when does it end.
Yeah, it kind of just exists.
The gritty reboot of Splatoon that Nintendo doesn't want to show you.
Oh, so you mean just the lore?
Yes.
That's been rated for Switch 2, actually.
Which ones, actually?
Splatoon 3.
Oh, okay, so it's like an enhanced version, maybe. Similar to what the Pikmin
Yeah, they
is
haven't
getting,
announced anything. But it has been rated for the Switch 2 specifically.
Yeah, I guess Nintendo is having a bit of an initiative about... oh no, one is here, I forgot. This is not the right way.
Oh, how many of them are there?
Oh, it's not even just the squid. There is an enemy that I noticed in the background that I'm glad you're not seeing. It's the most detested enemy of the game. I don't think I can hear it right now, but you might be hearing, if not now, eventually, because we will meet more of those, a bit of a chant, like dun dun dun, something like that. That's what that enemy does. It's called a winter lanternfly. And it loves to lure the enemy, lure me, the player, and to inflict frenzy just by looking at us. It's not even a case where just with attacks. No, just by looking. They are possibly the most deadly common enemy in the entire game. And to this day, I still did not manage to consistently defeat one of them without dying. It's basically a genuine case of if you actually notice one of them, run. Thankfully, that one only guards an optional item that I don't need, so don't worry about that. We will not actually deal with that. But unfortunately, we will have to, and because of their nature, they populate the Nightmare realms only. Yes, because this is just one of them. So, if I recall correctly, this should be the right way. God, I hate this place.
Like, it sucks from a gameplay perspective, but I really like this game probably has my favorite environments of the series.
I can see why. Most, I guess, also with thanks to the Victorian architecture, which is also a bit of an actual break from the more traditional European fantasy that the Dark Souls games did had until that point. This is one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to the Dust Vlogs, because it seems to try to be more like that, but also focused on steampunk stuff. Oh no, there's another one I forgot. Alright.
This one on either end.
Oh no, it noticed me. Fuck.
Haven't gotten to them yet. Oh, hello.
Jesus, I need to equip some sedatives because that's...
Yeah, freaking run.
Where the fuck are they? I did not consume them until now. There you are. Okay. Alright, we need to pull... basically similar to that sequence... there you go. No! No! Oh...
I'm sure he's very tasty.
Oh.
God, that thing is disgusting.
Yes, the head is basically just a giant brain with many eyes protruding from it.
Some fucked up jellyfish.
It's part of the themes of the game that it's mentioned that consuming blood turns you into a beast, but aligning yourself with eyes with the great ones instead gives you extra knowledge, but it still fucks you up in some way. Let's see. Right, I need to get down from here. But basically, we still need to actually move from in that area because that's the way to the boss of the area. So there is also a way to unlock a shortcut, but I don't remember exactly where it is. So it doesn't particularly matter. We'll just move on our own. Ah. Hello. There you go. You might have also noticed that, yes, the leveling up my stats did help. You know, he's helping technically by inflicting a bit more damage. But if you notice, it's still not really a game-breaking kind of thing, while in other... Since the bell resonates with another... Oh no, I'm getting invaded. Alright, let's prepare to be invaded by a human. Leroy? Leroy Jenkins, is that you? Come on, I don't have all day. Yeah, I need to definitely defeat that woman. But I don't remember... Where can I reach her? Oh well, I'm sure the invader will find me normally anyway at one point. Oh wow, the frame rate dipped a bit. Oh, there she is. There you go. Be gone. Bye. Yeah, this is the way. Bye. Alright, let's go grab back our echoes, blood echoes, and hopefully we'll manage to pass by Winter Lantern. Oh yeah, another thing about the Winter Lantern, you cannot attack it from behind. There you go. Oh, barely made it.
Just made it.
Yeah, just made it. You cannot actually attack the Winter Lantern from behind because thanks to its Oh, hello. Oh, Leroy found me. Sorry, can I just unlock the shortcut, please? Please, Leroy, I beg you. If I recall correctly, it's yeah, if I recall correctly, it's the elevator there. Anyway, to mention, the Winter Lantern cannot be attacked from behind because of the blood this enemy in particular has. Basically, you cannot perform a backstab on it, so you just need to try to go all in, or, in Yakuza 4 terms, go balls out.
Right.
Oops, I accidentally activated the elevator. I wanted to genuinely do a Leroy, but I activated the elevator.
They've had an accident involving an elevator in both the last two parts.
So do you actually want to fight or not? Oh, he wants to guide me to the boss. Dude, you're supposed to actually invade me. Like, I don't expect politeness. But sure, whatever, it's we'll take this
Gonna
kind
be a
of thing.
friend.
It's so weird.
You're supposed to be
Alright.
mean, damn it.
Alright, here's the thing though. Reaching the end of the area, you're confronted by Amygdala, one of those creatures that were hanging on to the one of those creatures that were hanging on the on top of the buildings. It's a mass of arms and another giant brain that's riddled with eyes. Oh, it loves to. The weak points are of course, the head, but it's barely reachable because of, you know, the way the creature is lumping around, and to an extent the arms. It also has a grab attack, so watch out, but unfortunately the legs are so very reinforced, so... so your best strategy in case for my big thruster is to just wildly play around for the arms. Yeah, it also loves to actually fire a laser beam from the brain at one point as a particular type of attack. It's not too difficult, but it requires still a bit of finesse for this fight. Yeah, as you can see, I'm dealing a decent amount of damage. But at the very least, with this we unlock the shortcut, so even if I die, I should be able to reach it again soon enough, you know, without having to go through the entire dungeon. Fuck. Moving on. We can actually also destroy, if I recall correctly, some of the arms, but not all of them. Go. Oh yeah, at one point he gets pissed off and tears apart practically two of its arms in order to use them as clubs, similar to the last giant in Dark Souls 2.
Too many arms.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you know, you don't know when you will actually be needing those. And considering this is supposed to be, I guess, one of the great, or at least a lesser great one, you know, who are we to actually understand these uber complicated creatures? Alright, well, let's also teach the kids something new in the meantime. Do you know what an amygdala actually is?
What is, sorry?
An amygdala, spelled the way the boss title is, with an Y instead of an I.
I don't think so.
Okay. It's a small organ inside the brain that regulates specific functions. Yeah, if I recall correctly, each of the arm also, sorry, each of the end, at the end of each arm has also like 6 fingers, I think.
So plenty polydactyl.
Pretty much. I mean, again, pretty, whatever evolution line actually, you know, this being actually evolved from, it clearly opted for proficiency, so again, who am I to judge? From their perspective, we might just be the same way we look at something like an amoeba. Let's see if we can fucking date to use. No. Yeah, the time window to use to hit the head, it's a bit too short for my taste. I don't think I managed to arrive at just in time to hit it. To beat it at least. More arm tearing. Oh, and now the laser is a bit more scattered.
Panicking.
Yeah. To quote the Starship Troopers, it's afraid! And I think I'm out of blood vials. Oops. I should be using more my mercury bullets. I keep forgetting that, you know, this thing doubles as a gun. Nope. Nah, I'm done. So, okay. Yeah, definitely. Alright. Go. Alright, since I don't have any more Leroy around, I guess I can just look around a bit more to see if there is some treasure. Okay. Alright, let's move on.
Nothing. Well, you get to walk through the poison again.
Well, yeah, I don't have to anymore. Actually, let me get my blood echoes. I think that also has one of the lesser memorable, if you ask me, about its boss themes, but it's still fine for what it wants to do. Ow. Damn it.
Also, Jove is here, just so you know.
Yeah. Again, we're done after this fight, no matter how it ends. Well, why not? Tell him to come in. Why not? To enjoy the final tip. Roll extra. Or casting. Ching.
Hello, Jova.
Hello there.
Hello, Jova. Get on the Twitch link. Why not? In a second.
We are fighting
Oh yeah.
a creature with many limbs.
Shiro, you're describing Splatoon again.
Now the
Am I
question
wrong?
is, now look, it's all right to fight against a guy with this many legs, so long as none of them are his business leg, shall we say.
I'm pretty
Yes.
sure these creatures are beyond our comprehension even on that level.
Well,
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows? A lot of these creatures were human once. Maybe they still occasionally have human needs.
I don't know, man. I think the only way you're gonna bang an Eldritch Abomination is in one of those parody dating scenes of visual novels that gets done occasionally. Not to date everything, I forgot. There was one where you can literally date a creature very similar to Cthulhu, but I forgot what it's called.
Date Everything has two creatures that look like this.
Oh god, is one of them supposed to be like a humanoid spider?
No, it's more like fear and such.
Ah, okay.
But now, look, it's Bloodborne, so here's how it works. When you mutate eventually, that's when you have to set your dating profile to the mutant category, essentially. If you're lucky, your loved one is also mutated, so then your special knights can get very creative, shall we say. Speaking of which, I thought you were
Yeah.
about to attack him in the crotch right there.
Well,
As Undertale says, use your imagination.
yeah, the thought of banging an Eldritch one fills you with determination.
I mean, given the flirting and all that,
Christ.
you never know.
I mean, the devs
Like-
have to know monster fuckers play these games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, don't worry, Shiroi. There is one particular of these great ones that tends to be not shipped, but you know, seems to be. Oh, we're done. Okay, second try.
Oh, cool.
Huh.
And
Not
we
bad.
get the Ailing Lauren Chalice, which function for the ARG, not the ARG, the those dungeons that I talked to you about. But again, because we are proficient in exploring the con dungeon, we don't need these. All right, more
Well
items.
done, Father.
More item description next part. So thank you for guesting for the last couple of minutes, Jova, and tune in for the next part when we reprise our regular schedule by continuing through Yargul. See ya.
See ya.
It was a pleasure.
Well, not for him.
Yeah, you stole my joke.